Hi, and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio. Wherever you are today, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Nay from Intuitive Readings. I'm a psychic and medium, and each week I deliver some insight into spiritual topics and readings for listeners. And today I'm based in Toowoomba, and it is pouring here. So it is raining cats and dogs. And I have had a lot of people say to me, oh, I really need a psychic reading this week. I really need a psychic reading this week. But unfortunately, my house has been inundated with water. And so I haven't had any clients in this week. But I thought it might be nice to open up the floor to a couple of readings today. So I'm just going to dive straight in. And a few hours ago, I did see on the A1R Facebook page that someone did ask a question there. So we did ask, one question could change everything. What's yours? And a question came through from Suzanne. And Suzanne asked, what could I concentrate on achieving in this next chapter of my life? Now, this is an interesting question because Spirit will never tell you what to do here on Earth at this time. You're here to learn lessons and grow. And so it would be quite counterintuitive for Spirit to tell you how to do that. But Spirit is a reference and sort of a guidance point for you. So it will never tell you, go and do X, Y, Z. So what I'm going to do is probably just ask what you could concentrate on to bring about, how you could contribute in a meaningful way and for the highest good. Okay. Oh, and what a beautiful cut. Okay, so this is the Four of Wands here, which is the 1111 card. The Four of Wands is about celebration, happiness, stability. It can also indicate a wedding as well for some people, but generally really about cultivating happiness in your life and really changing the energy and consciously choosing to be happy. So there are times in our lives when, it's raining or your garage is flooded. But it is important at those times to appreciate, yes, this is an obstacle, a challenge that I need to overcome, but being mindful too that you're going to be able to change your energy in that instance, okay? And really being able to say to yourself, okay, I know that I have to get through these things, but I'm choosing consciously now to be happy in this moment. Okay, and so that's really the focus here is Spirit is telling me for you, Suzanne, is really important to be able to just sort of switch. So when you feel your energy sort of falling down at any time, you're going to be able to switch. And that applies to everyone listening now too, okay? So a person in the Four of Wands energy, they don't have time for drama or to involve themselves in other people's problems either. So they really just focus on that happiness and living in the energy of, I want to say it's almost like holiday mode. Those feelings that you get sort of the day before, you're going away for a vacation, or in Australia we say holidays. And you don't have to think about work. You don't have to think about the house, the dog, the family, dramas, everything else. It's really a time for that. There's real excitement, that feeling of boarding a plane or getting on a bus and just feeling that excitement of going away on holidays. And so that's really what the Four of Wands here wants you to focus on, really just living in that energy of happiness. Now I'm going to do a collective reading as well and just see what comes through here. Okay. And Spirit wants everyone listening to be mindful of balance at this time as well. So here we have the Two of Pentacles, and the gentleman here is balancing. So life is a bit of a juggle for a lot of people, and it can be a juggle at different times in your life. And that might be career, finances, family, education. Everyone's sort of balancing things. And what Spirit wants us to be mindful of is really striking a balance here and not focusing your energy too much in one specific area, but really trying to sort of keep grounded, and just really keeping a lookout, and being mindful of where you're sort of spending your energy or expending your energy. I am hearing for some of you as well that it might be that you're spending a lot of energy on other people at this time. And so Spirit is asking you just to be careful in that and not giving too much to people, particularly people in need. I'm being made aware. So people that do have a need, they can be, it's almost like we talk about energy vampires, or people that can kind of suck your energy. And they certainly don't mean it in all situations. But oftentimes when you do find yourself having to sort of coach or mentor or spend more time with someone, and they're sort of in a darker place, or they're just not vibrating as high, it can be really taxing on your energy. Okay. So I do have a caller. I'm going to jump to Chris in Tulsa, Oklahoma. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, well, thank you. Do you have a question for me, Chris?
I guess it'd be about my love life. Where is it going?
Sure. Let's dive into where it's been, if you don't mind. So I'm just going to check in the past and just see what that looks like. Okay, so I am seeing here a Knight of Cups, and that's usually Knight in shining armor. That was a really strong connection there. So I do feel as though you have had love in the past, and that those relationships have been really good for you. I am hearing growth from that as well. So they are making me aware that there have been some, that you have come from a good place in terms of where your love life has been in the past. Is that correct? Are you still there, Chris?
Yeah, I'm still there. I didn't know.
Okay.
It's shut down a little bit.
Okay, let me see. That's how the energy is being presented. So maybe in this moment you're not, I guess it's possible you're not appreciating it in that light, but that's certainly how Spirit's presenting the energy to me. And I'm just going to see where it's, in terms of the future, where that's sitting. Okay. All right. So Spirit is presenting to me the Three of Swords here. And this, visually, this is a love heart with three swords through it, which can sometimes indicate heartbreak and pain at this time. Okay. But they have also given me a jumping card of the Eight of Wands, which is the fastest moving card in the deck. And what it indicates is that although there is sort of heartbreak in this story, there is a very quick recovery and a pivot here. And so you are in a moment now where you're going to be able to change the story. Okay. And I want to see how you can do that. You can do that through swift action. They've just made me aware. And I just want to know specifically what it is that you can do right now to change that current energy and sort of change the trajectory and change this story for yourself.
Okay.
They love this. Okay. And it's the Knight of Cups. Okay. So they're asking you to focus on the relationships and the people that you meet where there is more emotional, there is more of an emotional pull. Okay. So this isn't necessarily going to be a relationship where where there's a lot of, for instance, materiality, for instance, but it is going to be sort of there is a person coming in who is going to have more emotional balance. And I like to think of the Knight of Cups as actually sort of like the hopeless romantic. So this energy is coming in for you. I do hear here around timing as well. I am hearing J's, and I feel it more so July more than June. Okay. And that's on the current energy where that's sitting. But certainly Spirit is recognizing, they are showing that that the swords, the Three of Swords earlier, just to indicate that there was a place of pain there as well. But this is, as I said, the Eight of Wands, so things are moving and there is a lot of swift action around here. So they are talking also around balance for you as well. And earlier I did pull a card around balance. So just reminding yourself not to focus on something too intensely, and that includes relationships. So to make sure that you're sort of spreading yourself out amongst all the things in your life and sort of attributing equal value to everything, so that you're not overemphasizing or hyper focusing in one particular area, such as love, for instance. It's almost the story of, if you focus on something so much, it almost can't manifest because you're sort of living in it. Whereas if you step back a little bit and focus on the other areas of your life, and particularly around happiness and bringing joy to yourself internally, it's going to be much easier for you to be open to welcoming in an opportunity of love in the future. But I do feel as though it is there. It is being represented as the Knight of Cups here, and it is a really positive energy for you. So that's a really positive energy. How do you feel about that, Chris?
I felt good about that. So this will be my soulmate that's coming through, or?
Well, I like to say that we don't really have soulmates. Everyone's soulmate. So everyone you meet in your life is a soulmate. But certainly people coming through, they're put in your lives for a reason, whether that's for growth or whether that's for growth or that's for a lesson, if that makes sense. This particular person, because he's being represented as Knight of Cups, really in tune with their own emotions and really emotionally balanced, which I'm told is really important for you as well to receive that, because this person will be that shoulder to cry on, and is going to be a bit more sort of independent and not as dependent on you. So it's going to be a really good alignment there, really good energetic alignment between the two of you. Okay.
All right. That sounds good.
Okay. All the best, Chris. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much.
And well, thank you so much to all the listeners today for tuning in. I am Nay from Intuitive Readings. You can find me on Facebook and also at intuitivereadings.com.au. There are some other amazing light workers coming up right away, so please stay tuned. Thanks.